over 30 years of abuse. From left to right, this is Victoria Colombier, 8 years old, died in 2000. Jasmine Beckford, 4 years old, died in 1984. Daniel Pelker, 4 years old, died in 2012. And Peter Conley, known as Baby P, 17 months old, died in 2007. We're now going to look at the individual cases and what things they have in common. So, Victoria Colombier, she had contact with many different agencies, as you can see, from social services, hospitals, police station, and the one thing they had all in common was that medical professionals and people were feeling unable to challenge others and not challenging superiors on their opinions. Also, you can see that none of the agencies actually talk to each other, and if this was the case, they'll be able to piece together the puzzle. As you can see, is quite mammoth. It took until a taxi driver, highlighted in yellow, to actually make the decision to hospital, where she later died. Jasmine Beckford. Jasmine Beckford weighed just 23 pounds when she died from a savage blow inflicted by her stepfather, dislodged her brain. As you can see, the average weight of a 4-year-old is 40 pounds, which is nearly half the weight. Jasmine was also chained to a bed in a tiny attic room for her final months of her life. She also had over 40 injuries covering her face and also 20 broken bones around her body. Her death was finally attributed to brain damage caused by the blow. The issues here were the same as Victoria's. Interagencies weren't talking to each other and professionals were not challenging superiors. Daniel Pelker. Daniel suffered at 26 separate incidents at the family home, many involving domestic violence and alcohol abuse. Professionals didn't think the unthinkable and should have acted upon what they saw rather than accepted parental versions. No one spoke to Daniel. Daniel's voice wasn't heard. Daniel was underweight and only weighed 10 kilograms when he died. Daniel had bruising all over his body, as seen in this picture. This is a death map of Daniel's body when he died. As you can see, bruising all over his body from his head to his legs. Peter Conley, also known as Baby P. Peter suffered more than 50 injuries over an 18-month period. He was repeatedly seen by child services and the NHS and other healthcare professionals. Similar again to the other cases, there wasn't any communication between interagencies, and therefore Peter went under the radar. Those 4 cases give you an idea of over 30 years of abuse and the different highlighted areas that keep on cropping up each time. To summarise, these areas were fear of parents. This is also believing their accounts exclusively and not talking to the child themselves. Communication between agencies, not focusing on children and listening to them in a meaningful way. Professionals not taking responsibility for concerns and their actions. Professionals not acting on their concerns because they have been overridden by senior members of staff.